Good evening. Bear with me. With the importance of this dinner comes time restraints. So I wanted to make sure I hit every point. So I actually wrote out my speech, which I never do. So I'm going to do my best to try not to read word for word. I first want to start by saying thank you to the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation for giving my family and me yet another opportunity to spend some quality time here in Chicago. I am beyond humbled by the opportunity to speak with you all here. Throughout the years past, I've had the opportunity to speak with several of you here tonight. With every conversation, I've always tried to hit a few points that are important to me and other service members as well. But I've always wondered what I'd say if I had the opportunity to speak with you all at once. So here it goes. After many years of what felt like frequent moving, my family finally settled down in Iowa. Joining the service was something that was kind of always on the back burner. I didn't come from a military background. I was just that typical kid that liked to play G.I. Joe. Upon entering high school, my brother, who's a year older than me, decided he wanted to join the Marine Corps. Knowing I couldn't let him beat me at anything, I decided to graduate a year early so I could join the Marine Corps with him. That's what I did, and we shipped out in 2004. On March 7th, 2006, after an 8-month deployment, I had 2 weeks till I was going home, and a 25mm HE round went off below my feet. From that day on, my life would never be the same. The damage done to my leg was not severe enough to actually cause an amputation, but rather just made me have no function of the leg. The doctors gave me two options. I could keep the leg, and it would be a dead leg, or they told me I could amputate, and I'd have a chance with determination and some time to get back to 100%. Challenge accepted, cut it off. Throughout my recovery, I've had ample time to think and reflect on my life. One promise I made myself is I'd never slow down, no matter the obstacle. Since my injury, I've climbed mountains, surfed waves, competed in marathons, golf tournaments, sporting events, and so much more. I continue to search for activities that I cannot perform, and I have yet to find such an event. So what struggles did I face? As I was amongst some of the earlier injuries in this war, one struggle I fought was limited resources and limited support, at times, if any. Around 2009, I was stripped of my VA disability pay due to an error on the VA. I fought for almost 2 years to get my pay reinstated, and we fell nearly $40,000 in debt. Figuring out how I was going to put food on the table was a priority. One item not on my list of priorities was how my kids were going to go to college. Then we were introduced to a wonderful organization by Donnie Doffenbaugh called the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation. I will admit, year one, I was probably more excited about getting a free vacation than I cared cared about them receiving a scholarship. My kids were young, and college was many, many years away. At the current time, I had the opportunity to give them something they had not had: a vacation, time away, a little piece of normalcy. Please know this is much more than a scholarship to these families. They are also receiving a trip to the great city of Chicago, and you're providing them with an opportunity to get away from their everyday lives. Throughout the years, I've talked with people that have come here on the brink of divorce and left on renewed love. I've spoken with couples that couldn't afford to go farther than their local grocery store, and now they were able to provide their kids with an all-expense-paid vacation. I've talked with Marines fighting suicidal thoughts due to the weight of their everyday lives, bills, finances, telemarketers, self-doubt. Those same Marines left here rejuvenated and on a mission for something better. They left Chicago with their eyes up and their arms open to their family. So what influences a change like this? Sometimes these Marines, they just need to be reminded they're not alone. Sometimes these families need to be shown that their feelings and emotions are not wrong or unusual. This foundation is providing a gateway for these Marines and their loved ones to come and spend time with other families that understand it, that get it, that have been there. Their children are given the opportunity to interact with other kids. They usually don't find that at home. Parents with disabilities, disfigurements. You know, most kids around them, they just get stared at. Here they can just have a normal conversation. And most importantly, these spouses get to communicate with other spouses that have been carrying the same heavy load throughout it all. So you might just see a piece of paper with a word scholarship on it, but please, for us, remember, there's so much more. Now, as college is within sight, I am so grateful and blessed to know someone has already paved the way for my kids. In a world where most people leaving high school are drowning before they know how to swim, allowing my kids to leave high school and knowing college is paid for is a place a simple thank you has no value. What my kids gain from this is not just a funded education, but rather a foundation built on selflessness. My kids' college was paid for people that have no relation to them and have never met them, but yet you still care enough to secure their future. My kids are now receiving something people only dream of because you chose to put them first. With this, I will teach them to always give back, and when you are blessed with the opportunity to do so. To everyone here, you have forever changed my kids' lives. You have shown them what it means to pay it forward. You have proved to them how actions speak louder than words. And you have taught them what it looks like to be selfless. Now, this last part, I sat on it for a few weeks to figure out what I wanted to say. I wanted to leave you with more than just a thank you. I wanted to finish with something you might not normally get from a speaker. I wanted to point out something this room is overflowing with, and most of you do not even realize it. What makes a hero? Is this someone willing to sacrifice their own life for that of another? Is this someone ready to step up for what is right? Is this someone willing to be honest when no one else will? Is this someone that will light the times and wait in times of darkness? Is someone jumping on a grenade to save a comrade more heroic than a classmate standing up to a bully for someone who cannot? Is a policeman patrolling the streets more heroic than someone paving the way for another's future? A hero is defined as a person who is admired or idolized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Now, we throw the word hero around a lot in this nation, and at times that seemed to bother me. Many times I'd actually find myself questioning if their actions were truly heroic, if their actions were enough. Instead, I need to ask, what is wrong with a nation full of heroes? What is wrong with a nation full of courage? What is wrong with a nation full of those willing to go above and beyond for their community and country? A hero is not defined by a cape, a costume, a uniform, badge, gender, race, age. Actions define a hero. Sometimes that can require one to do a lot, and sometimes that can require one to do little. So thank you. Thank you for showing my kids what it looks like to be a hero. Thank you for being my hero. Now please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.